Yes! Bowgart time! Woo! Thank you for suggesting this one, guys. Bowgart is one of those older legacy monsters in the game who, oddly enough, its last appearance was in Dawn of Fire, despite how iconic it is. And it's iconic for a good reason. Bogart's instrument is the cello, with a hint of other bowed string instruments, like the double bass. And I'm a firm believer that any song can be improved by adding any sort of stringed instrument. It's why pianos or guitars specifically are some of the most recognizable things in existence. This thing, however, has an incredibly versatile sound, and the way Bowgart performs each part on its islands is a blend of incredibly smart composition and animation as well, trying its best to mimic the actual technique of playing the cello, only using its 4 arms. Yeah, that's right, Bowgart can play the cello with 4 arms. What did you waste your life doing? In fact, I would call this monster exactly that. Smart. Smartly designed, composed, and animated down to its very conception. You're telling me we were just gonna have a game called My Singing Monsters and it wasn't going to involve a cello-playing master? Get real, dude. I would go over each of its island appearances, but honestly, you just need to hear for yourself how great its compositions are. Getting this monster on Plant Island alone is enough to fully kick that island song into gear and fully help new players realize what exactly they're getting themselves into by playing a game with the most catchy music they'll ever hear in their lives. I am so glad that they decided to make a monster like this part of the game's release back in 2012, and didn't wait years and years and years to make a monster that uses this common way of making music. Unlike how they waited quite a few years to include an actual beatboxing monster, unlike Shrub's fake. Another thing I like about this monster is how they actually cared enough to display the monster playing the instrument properly, actually bowing the top of its instrument in order to play the right notes. I feel like they really just stopped caring about this at some point in the game's life, and the earliest example I can think of this happening is with Ludwig on Celestial Island. Seriously, listen to its sound and look at its animation, and tell me if you think that is playing the right notes. Ooh-wee, must be a weird magical piano if it's producing that. I miss those days where the monster's instruments were animated accurately like Bogart's cello. It really added to the immersion of the game for me. I know it's hard with some instruments, and let's be honest, instruments are never animated correctly in any sort of animated media ever. But God, bring this back! Bowgart is an easy SS monster for me, and easily the best natural. It's absolutely ingenious, and I hope to see it someday return on a new island.